Hello, everybody. This, of course, is your favorite person ever, Zara. And this is a video to say that I am now over 2 months post-op. I would have been 2 months the last day of January. And what's today? Today is like February 6th. February 6th. So, I'm over 2 months now. And, yeah, just a little update on how the recovery is going. I'll put a warning at the beginning of this video. I might talk about some stuff that certain people watching may not want to hear about. So if you're one of those people who thinks you don't want to hear about my recovery from this surgery, then stop watching. But, if you're a regular viewer of mine, you probably know that I'm very open to discuss these things. I really don't care. So yeah. So as you guys know, I have to do the dilating. I have to do that on a regular basis for an entire year after my surgery. And it's going well. So this is now the 3rd month. And in the 3rd month, I have to do it 3 times a day. But I no longer have to have the sit baths. And the sit baths are where, you just sit in a tub full of soapy water and just chill for a bit. I mean, I think you're supposed to do it for 10 minutes. But I'll be totally honest. I have been having a few sit baths anyway, even though I don't have to. Just because I find them relaxing. Like, it's good to just sit and chill for a bit. In a nice tub. And also I have the bath with hot water and it makes me sweaty. And I like the sweat because I feel like when I'm sweating, I'm losing weight. And that may not be true. But it makes me feel like I'm thinner. I know, I'm ridiculous, but whatever. So that makes it all a bit easier because the sit bath in itself took a fair bit of time, like to fill the tub, to sit in there for however long, to drain the water, to dry off everything. It added a lot of time. So now that I don't have to do that, it's a lot easier. So I'm doing the dilating 3 times a day, morning, night, and sometime in the middle of the day. There's no specific time. Usually, though, I do it around 2 in the afternoon. It seems like it's like right in the middle of the day if it's around 2 in the afternoon. Yeah. I'm really, frankly, quite tired of being at home all the time. I'm starting to go a little bit crazy. I try to do what I can, though. Like, I'm in the city often enough. I go to visit some of my friends. I go to have doctor's appointments. I should be going for job interviews when I get some. Oh, that's another thing. I'm looking for a new job now. I'm 2 months post-op, so I'm ready to go back to work. If you are a Toronto person, and I know a lot of you watching are Toronto people, if you know a place downtown that is hiring, hook me up. I'm looking for jobs for like bartending, waitressing, that kind of thing. I don't really want to do retail anymore because I'm so sick of retail. If you guys remember the last retail place I worked at, I worked there for 5.5 years. And I just don't want to sell shoes anymore. Got it? I want to start selling food instead, I guess. But, getting tips and stuff. Getting a job where I can interact with more people, where I can have more fun at my job, where I can possibly make more money if the tips are good. All that fun stuff. But yeah, hook me up if you can. What else? Dating, I mean, so far I haven't noticed much of a difference. I haven't really started meeting people in real life because I haven't started really going out yet. I probably will once I finally make it back to the city. But so far I really haven't. So, a lot of the guys that I've been meeting in the last 2 or 3 months have been on Tinder, whatever other online method you can use to meet people is how I've been meeting people. And I've met a couple of cool people. We'll see where that goes, but to be honest, so far I haven't noticed much of a difference from pre-op dating, and that's because the majority of these guys will know beforehand. If we're talking for a while on Tinder, whatever, it usually is going to come up in conversation that, yes, I'm trans, and that in that way they'll know before anything sexual happens, right? And so that's really pretty much the same as how it was pre-op. The difference now that I'm post-op is that hopefully not as many guys will give a shit. Because, I mean, who cares now? But also the fact that I can, if I choose, I can go and have random hookups, and, you know, they don't have to know because who the fuck cares? Not to say that I'm going to start sleeping with every guy that I meet, but, and I'm being 100% honest here, I might start to be a bit more promiscuous. Just because now I have that option, you know? And before I didn't. Like, I have never done a one-night stand before, and before it was for the obvious reason that how would this guy react if he takes my dress off and sees what was there before, you know? Could have been very dangerous for me. Yeah. But now, how many did, hang on. Okay, so, when was it? Like 2 weeks ago, I removed from my Tinder profile the fact that I am a trans woman. And so far I'm having a kind of a different experience. I mean, kind of same, but kind of different at the same time. So I find a lot of because you know how it is, a lot of guys don't even read profiles. And then they'll be like, oh shit, I didn't realize you were this. I can't talk to you anymore. You're lost, buddy. But that's how it is. So it's in a lot of ways it's exactly the same, but it's also not, because I'm finding I'm having a lot more meaningful conversations with people, if you get what I mean. And I guess if any of them get to a point where it actually goes somewhere, then would be a good time to let them know. I guess we'll see. This is all pretty new to me, so I'm kind of figuring it all out as I go. But I'm thinking I'm going to wait until something gets a bit more serious before I reveal. Yeah. What else was I going to say? I don't know what else I was going to say. Really though, like, I feel amazing about everything right now. I mean, aside from the fact that I'm cooped up at home all the time, I know that's only right now. I mean, I know eventually I'll find another job, I'll find an apartment, I'll get back to my normal life. But yeah, right now I'm cooped up at home, and it's really annoying. Like, a lot of days I don't end up leaving the house, and that's because, like, there's really nothing to do. Especially where I live, it's boring as fuck. I want to move back to the city. I can't afford it just yet. Hopefully I can when I find a new job. And then I'll be out, and I'll be having a lot of fun, I hope. Yeah. Okay, I don't know what else I gotta say to you guys. I feel like there's something I'm missing, but I don't know. Okay, well, just confidence-wise, I do feel fantastic most of the time, to be honest. Like, just to be straight up, like, when I put on a pair of panties and it's like, there's nothing to tuck, it's awesome. Just to be honest, like, yeah. And when I look at my body in a mirror, I'll look at myself naked, you know. I still see a lot of flaws. Like, I still see a big belly. I still see small boobs. I still see things I want to change about my body. But aside from all that, I still feel a million times better about my body than I did before. And that one small thing, which was a thing that very few people would actually even see, only myself and the people I'm having sex with would ever actually see. But still, it makes you feel a million times better about everything. Like, I probably mentioned this in my last video, but there have been things that I've wanted to do that I was too scared to do before, but now I feel like I can do them. Like, for example, I want to take a dance class. Like hip-hop dance, ballet dance, whatever, it may be both. But I want to learn to do things like that. And the reason I never did before is because I always had this fear of having to wear tight clothing and there being like a bulge there, you know? It would have been awkward as fuck and I would have wanted to die if that happened. But now I don't have to worry about that anymore. And I feel so much more free to do these things. So yeah, like the dance class, I've wanted to take an acting class for a long time. And I feel like all these are open to me now, and I couldn't do them before, but now I can. And it just feels fantastic. I will take a dance class eventually, but again, first I need to start making some money and move out of my mom's house. Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's it for this video. Yeah. Peace out. Love you guys. Thanks for being awesome. And again, if you know any jobs downtown Toronto that's looking for like a waitress or a bartender, I have a Smart Serve. I have a bartending license. Hook me up. Aight.